back to the Triple Threat Podcast presented by Betalytics Sports Betting. It is the divisional recap
/ conference championship
/ conference championship predictions.
Yes, it's gonna be a good one. How you doing, sir?
We're doing good. How are you doing?
It's been a week, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I hate snow.
Last couple days have been eventful for me.
Yeah, you too. But
I got ran into.
Yep.
And then my tire fell off my car.
Oh, in the span of
2 days.
2 days. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, basically 1 day.
Yeah, basically a day. Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
It happened. Like the person ran into me at like 4:30 yesterday, and then I think my tire fell off around 4 today.
That's insane.
So
that's wild, bro. That's insane.
It's been something.
Yeah, nah. That's nothing crazy happened to me. It's just, again, I don't like snow. But living in Pennsylvania, you have to deal with that reality that's going to happen. We have another snowstorm coming this weekend. Apparently, we're going to get like
almost 2 feet.
Almost 2 feet of snow, which is insane to think about. So
it's going to be a lot.
Be praying for us, because that's going to be a heck of a weekend. We're probably going to be
stuck.
We're going to be stuck at home for the next couple of days. So that's going to be interesting. But it was a good weekend of football.
Oh, dude, these playoffs have been... I think this is one of the best playoffs I've seen in a while.
Yes.
In totality.
And I think just because, like, what we talked about before, the parity of the NFL this year, like, we're going to talk about it. The Bills got eliminated. Niners got eliminated. Like, those were the two teams that were either in their respective conference championship or were in a Super Bowl at one point. So, like, we're going to get teams who haven't been there in a while to get there. So, still got the Rams, though, so that's going to be interesting to see how that plans out. But I'm excited to see... Oh, and there's the cat. There we go.
I told you.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
it's fine. But, yeah, we're going to get into those in a second, unless you had something else you want to talk about before we get into it.
Oh, do you want to say something?
Oh, yeah. Obviously, you know the two of us are... it's just the two of us today. Michael is... busy getting stuff ready for his family moving in, so he couldn't be here with us tonight. But you know, we getting the house fixed up, getting the house, all the stuff in the house, basically.
Yeah, he's gonna be setting the studio up. Exactly.
So we're praying for him and his family and hoping that that process is smooth and that they're able to move into the house, especially having to do it. Get down. Stop. Especially having to do it in this environment when it's snowy and cold. I bet it's not fun for them. So we're just praying that everything's going well with them with that, and that it's a smooth transition from the house they were at to where they're moving to, which we've seen the house. It's a great house. So
great loft.
They're going to be really, really comfortable there. But
it's got a great loft.
Not the dang loft again.
Great.
All right, but anyway, let's get in.
Real quick. I was just going to say, it's pretty crazy that they're going to move in and then, like, immediately be stuck.
Yeah.
Like, they're moving in right before
But what a place to be stuck, though.
I know, a brand new house.
Yeah, what a place to be stuck.
Maybe you got the golf simulator.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be set
They'll
up.
be spending some good time on
I wouldn't be
simulator.
mad being stuck.
With a golf simulator?
Yeah. I would.
Nice.
I would love it.
That'd be really nice. But yeah, let's talk about these divisional games, man, because these were exciting games. Do you want to cue it up?
Yes, I don't want him to jump up here.
I know.
Don't.
We'll figure.
My cat is.
The cat was being so good last episode, and today he's like, I just want to be on camera. So
he wants to be a menace now. So hopefully he doesn't.
No.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But all right, now we're gonna get into divisional weekend recap. We're gonna go through every single game in 3 minutes. Are we doing 3 minutes?
No,
okay.
It's only 4 games.
Okay,
we're just going to give our high-level thoughts on the games.
All right, we're going to get into divisional weekend recap now. We're going to go through every single game and give our thoughts on it.
All right, so
start us off.
First game on Saturday, the Broncos defeat the Bills in overtime 33-30 to move on to the conference championship game. High-level thoughts on this one.
That was a great game.
It was one. It was a great game by both teams. I think both quarterbacks played exceptionally well. They were only Josh Allen, I think, had a few more passing yards than Bo Nix, and it wasn't even a crazy amount. But I think the biggest thing was that Broncos defense just is very good at knowing when they have to get right into this game. And I think like that fourth quarter. Also shout out to Buffalo. Buffalo came back in the fourth quarter and got them to the overtime. And then the defense, when it mattered the most, they really stamped the game for them to get to this point. There's just a lot of parody right now online that Josh Allen is the reason they lost this game. The interceptions were not great. I'll give him that. The turnovers were not. If he didn't have those turnovers, this game would be going very differently. And I think from the perspective of the Bills, I think a lot of us were saying at the beginning of this playoff series that this is the Bills' Super Bowl to lose. They are the only seasoned team that have been in this position before. And Josh Allen, who we all see in our eyes as the top 5 QB in the league, this was his moment to solidify himself as a bona fide NFL superstar to one of the greats. And now that he has lost this game, a lot of people are like saying, is this detrimenting his career status? Is this going to make him not a top 5? Is he maybe a top 10 quarterback? I think for me personally, I don't think it's detrimented what I think of see him as a football player. I still think Josh Allen is a great football player. He's just in a system where it's not to really benefit him, and he has to play Superman. And you can only play Superman so far, to the point where like you can't, like when you don't have the right weapons to help you out in the game, there's not really much Josh Allen can do. So when they say that they Josh Allen let his team down, yeah, he had a few turnovers that probably shouldn't have gone his way, but also at the same time, I mean, he got them the 13-point comeback to get them to overtime as well. So I think there has to be some context to how we want to talk about these games. But I'd say for the Bills, I mean, we're gonna talk about later the coaching issue going into the offseason. But I mean, for the Bills at least, it's a tough loss in Mile High in Denver, and you just have to figure it out for next year and get more pieces around Josh. Because if you get more pieces around Josh, he'll be a very different football player than what we've seen and has been shown. So I didn't know if you have any thoughts on the Bills side before I go to the Broncos side.
I don't know. I just think the coverage of Josh Allen is interesting because it's like some of these turnovers were like bad. Like the fumble before halftime,
I agree,
was bad.
I agree.
And then like he turns the ball over 4 times, and then everyone
he fumbled it 3 times. Yeah, he's fumbled.
And then everyone wants to like coddle him in the media. At least that's the perception in what certain analysts are saying when they are tweeting about him, about like post game, about like how he doesn't like basically that like it's not his fault that they lost. Which if you watched the game, they did lose because of Josh.
Okay.
Like if he doesn't fumble that ball before half,
it's not a 10-point lead. Yeah,
they're gonna get.
No, I agree.
They're probably gonna get 3 points. Instead, the Broncos get 3 more. The end score was a 3-point game.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get the turnover. They get the pick by forget his name, but it was one of their defensive tackles. And then he immediately turns the ball back over, throws a pick.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. Oh, he gets sacked and then he fumbles because he didn't sense the pressure on his blind side. I'm pretty sure that was a points for the Broncos. And then what was the other one? He had 4. Oh, it was the pick. The controversial Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, the Brandon Cooks pick that people.
Which, do you think that was a pick? That was a pick. That was not a catch. Because we've seen this before, like AKA the Calvin Johnson rule.
I agree.
You have to survive the ground.
I agree.
It happened. Remember the Justice Hill pick?
Yes.
Against the Steelers?
Yes.
When he caught the ball and then Peyton Wilson.
You talk to me about that to no end. Yeah, I know.
That was literally the same exact type of play.
I think
he didn't survive the ground.
When it comes to that stuff, I just go with what the referees tell me. If the referees think it's a pick, I would go 50-50 on that, only because like the way that, and not because it was a pick, the way that it happened to be a pick. Because it looked like Brandon Cook had it for a good bit, and then all of a sudden, like in real time, if you watched it in real time, we thought Brandon Cooks had it, and then McMillan just starts running down the field, and we're just like, "Oh shoot, he got the ball." That's crazy.
To be honest, when it did happen, I thought that Brandon Cooks caught it, and then the corner had it.
Once you saw it in slow mo, yeah, of course it was an interception, yeah, but like in real time, it just looked like he had it, and then he thought he had possession, so he just let the ball go, and McMillan had it and just started running with it, and you're just like, "Oh, okay."
I think he caught it. Like, he had it at first, and then he goes to the ground, and then the corner rips it away, which we all know that now you have to survive the ground nowadays for it to be a catch.
I agree.
So the second he hits the ground, he's not down. Like, if you catch the ball like that, you have to go through the process of the ground and maintain control, which they went to the ground, and then it was ripped out of his hand. So he didn't survive the ground.
Yeah.
But back to Josh Allen.
Go ahead.
I just think that we need to be a little, like, the media needs to be a little more consistent when it comes to the coverage of Josh Allen, and not immediately after a game that he loses, or that, and then on top of like a game he wins, just coddling him and like comparing that to like a Lamar Jackson if he has a game like that and they lose. If Jalen Hurts has a game like that and they lose. It's just they're not consistent enough. They're not consistent when it comes to the coverage of Josh Allen. And it's kind of crazy because he has the most turnover since 2020. I think he has the most turnover since 2018, to be honest. I think I saw that. He has like 130 plus turnovers since 2018. And I just don't get how we can say that.
Interceptions and fumbles?
Huh?
Interception and fumbles?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I saw a graphic that said like he leads the league.
No, it's not that I don't believe you. I was just trying to see what that meant. Yeah.
But it's like, how can we, and he's 0-7 in overtime games. And it's just like, I don't know how people can say that and he also missed a couple game-winning touchdowns. Or at least the one to Dawson Knox. I believe there might be another one that I'm missing, but it was definitely that one. Which he had the opportunity to win the game, which he blew it.
Yeah.
And it's like, if Lamar just to go, this is an example. If Lamar Jackson has a game like that, they would like rip him to shreds and say that's his fault. Oh, he shouldn't have. Those turnovers were horrendous. He shouldn't have, they lost because of that. Yeah. But Josh Allen turns over 4 times, and it's like we have to we have to coddle him.
Yeah, but it's crazy. We have to agree. The media has an agenda. They know what they're doing when they're on TV talking about the stuff that they talk about. They know what they're doing when they want to talk about it. So like, there's a certain way they're talking about it. Like, oh, we're just gonna berate Lamar Jackson today, and then we're just gonna coddle Josh Allen. That's what they do. We know that should change. I'm not saying that to say that should be how it is. It should change, but that's just an agenda that they do.
It jeopardizes their credibility. I think the
reason that I'm saying that it's not his fault, it's not this game. This game truly was Josh Allen's fault. But I think it was on the back of what he has done to get them to that point. You get what I'm saying? That's the other thing. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, go ahead. No, say it.
I have something after.
No, you're good. You talking.
But like,
I'll explain my part after
people
you say
say that like he doesn't have weapons or he doesn't have enough around him. This man had the best running game in the NFL. He has the best running back in the NFL. He led the league in rushing.
Okay, sure.
At least in that aspect.
Sure. Okay, sure.
So he had the number 1 rushing attack. He had the number 1 offensive line. He had the number 1 passing defense.
Mm-hmm.
What, like, I understand his receivers aren't the best, but in the same game, Bo Nix is throwing to Marvin Mims, Lil Jordan Humphrey, and he threw a touchdown to a lineman.
I don't
Like, it's just crazy that we have to say this about Josh Allen, and then someone like Bo Nix does the same thing, and he wins, and he doesn't turn the ball over 4 times. Or someone like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to just keep going back, but Lamar Jackson, when it was like 2019, his first few years, his like best receivers were like a DeMarcus Robinson, a 35-year-old Deshaun Jackson, Hollywood Brown who had butterfingers, Willie Snead. It's
Mark
like
Andrews.
that.
Don't forget
too,
Mark
but
Andrews.
Like wide receiver.
Don't forget Mark. Like he's a receiving threat, and you know that
He is.
Okay, then
But Josh Allen has pretty good tight ends too.
Mark Andrews is not in the same vein as a Dalton Kincaid or Dawson Knox. Let's be honest here. They're not in the same vein.
Well, I'm not saying that they're better than
Exactly.
them, but
Like,
they're Kincaid and Knox are
but
not slop.
Here's what I was gonna. Here's my point that I was going with.
Slouches.
The whole season, yes, all the stuff you said is right. The team that he had was good this year, and good enough that he could get them there, but he still had to play Superman so many times in this regular season to get them to the point where they were now, and that's facts.
He had Superman moments,
multiple times
yes.
he had to get the win. It wasn't like he could do.
His team's not
just
perfect.
give the ball to like a Derrick Henry, like in the fourth quarter, and just run the ball out. And let teams
James Cook was just as good as Derrick Henry.
But in the situations where they're losing, in the situation, they've never like been in a situation like in games that are important when they're losing. He has to be Superman to get them to that win.
But does he?
Most
if you
of the
have
time,
the number one rushing attack,
more times than not, he has to.
I'm not saying he does. He had to have some
more
Superman
times than
moments.
Not, he had to do it. So I think when he got to this game, I'm not saying that he was like that. The magic kind of went out, but like you can only go so far with a guy that's that good of a talent, and like your receivers just can't get it done when you need them to. So I think this is not me saying that Josh Allen is to be coddled. I'm saying this to say this game was his fault. This game was his fault. He was the reason that they lost this game. He admitted he was the reason he lost this game. The teammates saying that it wasn't his fault that they've been carrying up to that point, teammates are going to say that because they trust Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a great football player. Like we can't deny that. But do I agree that certain quarterbacks in this league get berated while others get coddled? Yes, absolutely, because there's, like I said, there's an agenda when it comes to the media. But I just think Josh Allen had so many Superman moments in his regular season, and then had a Superman moment last week having to beat the Jags, who were very hot up until that point, and now you got to go play the number one team in the AFC, and he just lost them. He lost the mojo. Like the magic was just gone. So I'm not here to say that it's Josh Allen is not at fault. He is at fault for what happened in this game, absolutely. But at the same time, there has to be context to what was going on during that time. Because also, mind you, most of his receivers, minus Shakir and Keon Coleman, who were very good with him, were injured up until that point.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, Keon Coleman also is.
And Coleman's been on and off
because of his disappointment this year.
Because of his off the field issues. But yeah, that's enough about the Bills. Anyway, from Denver's side, they played a great game, but now you're going to this AFC Championship game without Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Which sucks. The fact that he has to get, a season-ending ankle injury or something like that?
Yeah, he broke a bone in his ankle.
And so now you have to trust Jarrett Stidham to get you guys to the Super Bowl, which is Jarrett Stidham the worst quarterback to have in that situation? Some will argue yes, some will argue no. I'm not going to say it because I'm not gonna lie to you. I barely watch Jarrett Stidham play football. I don't even know.
There's a reason.
Yeah, there's a point to it. There's a point to it. So I won't know how good he is. We'll have to see how he does next week, or not this week, this weekend. But I'm interested to see how Sean Payton's gonna change that offense to make it work for Jarrett Stidham to get them to the Super Bowl.
I think it's gonna be a lot more run game.
So RJ Harvey has to have a game.
Yeah. I think RJ Harvey and all of like McLaughlin,
they gotta have really good games. Yeah.
Maybe Jared Stidham. I don't know how. I don't know exactly
Or maybe
how mobile
they
he is.
went off their defense. Maybe their defense make a couple plays and they just have to play.
Yeah, I mean they
conservative
gotta
football.
they
So,
gotta play like old school.
Yeah.
Football for the most part to win this game.
But
they gotta
it
run the ball
is-
and play good defense because yes, you're obviously gonna have to put the ball in Jared Stidham's hands sometimes.
He's gonna have to throw
like
at
he's
least-
gonna have
yeah.
to throw the football.
Yeah, he's gonna have
But
to.
you just want to make sure that you have the ability to limit those like
Oh, what did they say about
exposing Jared Stidham as much as you can and be able to run the football and play good defense and play off of that. Play like more of like a field position type game. Just because obviously Jared Stidham's barely played and it's only his 5th career start and he's playing his first start this season is the AFC title game to go to the Super Bowl. So there's going to be a lot of pressure. He's going to feel pressure.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Especially with the other team we're going to talk about later and how their momentum and
Yeah,
how they're
like,
rolling.
I know it's at home, but like
Yeah, I agree.
you're
I hear
playing
you.
you're playing the second best team in the AFC.
I agree.
So
But also, there is J.K. Dobbins was practice at a limited capacity today.
I saw
so
that.
there's a good shot he's coming back in this game, and if he's back in this game, that's going to help the run game tremendously. Having him back,
he'll be
him back.
limited, but I think that'll help. It'll take some of the
Weight off of RJ
beat
Harvey.
off of
Yeah.
like the like some of the hits off of RJ Harvey and keep him like
Fresh.
at least a little fresher than he would be
Yeah, I agree.
otherwise. Because then you'd have all your 3 starting running backs basically, like from the beginning of the year.
I mean, we'll talk about our predictions for that game, but that's going to be a fun game to watch. But anyway, let's get to the other game.
Feel
last
bad
game,
for Bo though.
I do, yeah. R.I.P. Bo.
He did
Get
all
better,
that
bud.
work. He got the win, and then
Doesn't it feel
broke his
Carson
ankle.
Wentz-esque? Like Carson Wentz at Eagles.
did you see Nick Foles?
Yeah.
Real quick, did you see Nick Foles' tweet?
It was very good.
He's like all Bronco fans. The Patriots
Don't
do
play
have
well
a
against
hard
the
time.
backups.
They do have hard time against backups in championship like games.
He got it
So-
cooked. He got it cooked.
Great tweet.
But also, Tom Brady had like one of the best statistical games in a Super Bowl up until that
I know, he
point.
threw for like 500 something yards.
So Tom Brady, I don't think was the issue. I think their defense was the issue, but that's a different story for a different time. Anyway, last game on Saturday, the Seahawks destroyed the 49ers 41-6.
It was over after.
It was over after the opening kickoff. High level thoughts from this. I mean,
The Seahawks are just
just great.
rolling,
They're
dude.
a great football team. You can't deny the talent that they have. From running the football, from running back to the receivers, and to this defense, which is like a top tier defense.
How about Cooper
but
Kupp
you
leading
wish-
and receiving?
I know. We haven't seen that in a long time.
Cooper Kupp 5 for 60.
Smith
Bro,
and Jigba,
Kenneth Walker looked.
amazing.
He looked so good.
Amazing. What was I gonna say? But Zach Charbonnet did leave the game with an ACL injury, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that plays out for their game next week.
Is this their backup?
I believe, yeah, Velus Jones Jr. is the backup.
Never, not gonna lie, I've never heard of that guy.
I've never heard of him either. When was he drafted? 2022 in the 3rd round from Chicago.
That's where he went to college.
No, it just says he picked up by Chicago. I don't know where he came
Oh,
from, but it
I'm
said
like
he got drafted by. He went to Tennessee. Oh, he went to Tennessee.
okay.
Oh, okay. We'll see how that goes. That could be.
I mean, shoot. I mean, I'm not gonna say.
I mean,
He's bad.
the more carries he gets, we'll see how that goes. Because I mean, now Kenneth Walker's
How
gonna
big is he?
get most of the carries, so that's gonna be interesting to see how that goes.
Okay, he's 6 foot 204.
Pretty
How
big
big is
body,
Charbonnet?
all things considered.
Okay, they're around the same type
Okay.
of back.
Yeah.
Charbonnet's 6'1", 214. So
Yeah, I think we'll talk about. Let's do San Francisco first because that one's gonna be really short.
man, did
It's
they get
just-
whooped?
It's just unfortunate because I think the fact that like the injuries just caught up with them.
Oh, yeah.
All the injuries just caught up with them in this game, and the Niners just exploited that to a whole different degree. I'd say this is one of Brock Purdy's worst games in the postseason. I would say
Oh.
by far.
Besides, the game he got knocked out of.
Yeah, and not that game is mostly his fault. Like, you can only do so much with the people you have out there. Did you have Christian McCaffrey? Yes, but the run game wasn't really doing well when he was out there regardless. He had 11 carries for 35 yards. It wasn't a great statistical game from him.
And you didn't have George Kittle. I mean,
yeah.
No, Jake Tonges looked pretty good.
Yeah,
but
yeah. And they had Ricky Pearsall back, too.
I don't know. It's just like,
man,
you just ran into a team that's
better,
playing their best.
Yeah,
that they're at home. They got the home field advantage.
But mind you,
you're decimated with injuries.
Yeah,
like, I don't really think the Niners had much of a chance. Like, I understand that.
I gave them a shot.
Like, they played well getting through all those injuries up until this point.
I think the Eagles game was just kind of like, oh, they could do it. They could do it.
It definitely gave me like a hesitation, a little bit of a hesitation, be like, I mean,
you just went and
maybe they could pull it off.
Beat the defending champs.
Yeah, and they've played the Seahawks pretty tough this year.
Yeah, I think it's like we said. I think it's just the injuries just caught up to them.
I think Seattle's defense is too good.
I think the Niners will be a good team, a good to great team next year. I mean, if you're gonna get Christian McCaffrey back, you're gonna get. I don't know about George Kittle. He might not play next season, depending on how severe that injury is. So
he might be back at the end of the year.
Yeah, it might be Jake Tonges to the moon. Which, I mean, Jake Tonges had a pretty good season himself. So I mean, that's not going to really hinder them as much. But Jawan Jennings will be back fully healthy. Ricky Pearsall should be back fully healthy. The defense should be fully healthy with Warner, Boza, D. Winters. D. Winters played today, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, D. Winters did play. Yeah, he had the most. Yeah. So who's the other guy that I'm thinking of? There's somebody else that got injured that was like pretty detrimental on that defense.
I mean,
their first round pick. Michael Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and their other starting was Dean Winters. He wasn't their starting linebacker.
No, he's back up, but he was pretty good up until that point.
Because they lost their other linebacker too.
Yeah.
Because they were on like their 5th, 6th, and 7th linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they picked up Eric Kendricks because they had to.
Yeah.
Like, they were, like, running out of linebackers. But
I mean, Kendricks played amazing against the Eagles. So
he played well. He was
so
almost
I'm
on the
interested
Ravens.
to see if they keep him, and like him and Fred Warner being the side-by-side linebackers is going to be pretty insane.
Yeah, I like D. Winters is he's a good player.
Dog, yeah. So I really do think the 49ers next year will be a better team. Now, for the Seahawks side, I mean, do we trust Sam Darnold now at this point? Do we feel like he's?
I mean,
how do we feel?
This game?
How do we feel?
In this game, it didn't really like. I still would.
He didn't have to do anything. I agree.
Well, this game didn't really do much either direction for me. I'm kind of the same about Sam Darnold. Like, I think he's a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if you're obviously not gonna put all your eggs in his basket and be like, carry us.
Yep. I agree.
But he's the type of quarterback, especially now, the way he's developed the last couple years, that he's the guy that won't lose you the game. He'll make plays.
Mm-hmm.
But in this game specifically, he didn't have to do much. One, because he was hurt. He had no oblique.
That's true.
So they probably didn't want to push him that much when it comes to throwing the football and possibly having to get out of a lot of sacks, scrambling and getting hit a lot. So they definitely leaned on their run game, which obviously worked. And their defense,
which worked beautifully,
which was playing out of their minds.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get on top of that, you get a opening kickoff touchdown.
From Rashid Shaheed.
You get 2 fumble recoveries.
Didn't they have an interception?
They got an interception. They played as complete of a game basically as you could ask for.
But now it's going to be interesting how they're going to handle the game next week or this weekend.
This is going to be a way tougher game because the Rams have played them insanely tough.
Yeah. But it does say here as of today Darnold practiced in a limited fashion today. So probably monitor that as you go into this weekend. Who is the backup for them if it's not them?
I think it's Drew Lock.
Drew Lock to the moon, baby. Or they could do Jalen Milroe. Could do it, but
I think if Drew Lock had to go into the game, which I don't want to.
Demarcus Lawrence is on the Seahawks now.
I think at that point they might put in like Jalen Milroe for some like run plays,
just to let him do some stuff. Yeah,
just because. I mean, Drew Lock he's a decent backup,
he's a decent backup. Yeah, for sure.
Like he ain't gonna do anything special.
Yeah.
So, not that Sam Darnold would, but
no,
no,
absolutely not.
I would take Sam Darnold over Drew Lock.
Mother trucker off. Thank
but,
you. All right.
Yeah.
Sunday games. All right. So first Sunday game, Patriots beat the Texans 28-16. That's a lot of stuff everyone was talking about the past couple of days, mostly about C.J. Stroud's regression.
Man, did he look bad. Even against the Steelers, he looked terrible.
The only thing I can really say about Houston, and the only thing that I can really talk about is that C.J. Stroud lost in this football game.
Oh.
It was not on the defense at all. The defense played tremendous up throughout the entire game, and the offense just couldn't get anything going. After how good Woody Marks and Nick Chubb were moving the ball last week against us, 14 carries for 17 yards, 4 carries for 14. It was atrocious. I mean, shout out to Jaden Higgins, looked really good, all things considered. But C.J. Stroud just looked very uncomfortable playing this game. He looked very uncomfortable, and he looked like he wasn't making the right reads. There was just a lot of stuff he was doing was just not how we've seen C.J. Stroud play in the past. So a lot of people are just on the train that he's not as good of a quarterback as we all thought he was in his rookie year.
'Cause we haven't seen that Stroud in 2 years.
I agree. So
nothing close to that.
There was a lot of people saying in the media that the Texans shouldn't take his fifth-year option.
I wouldn't.
And let them see what is out there in free agency. Now, my only issue is, and this is where some people will flake me on it, but I just want people to hear me out. What is more difficult than having a quarterback that is okay or losing a good quarterback is finding one in free agency, because in free agency it's very hard to find
good quarterback.
Yeah, it's very hard to find one in free agency. Now, is C.J. Stroud a good quarterback? From what we've seen in the past, yes, he's been subpar to an average quarterback. The rookie year really inflates the numbers a little bit, but from what he has done, I would say his second year he mostly injured up until that point ish. And all of his players and all of his weapons were injured as well. But I mean,
rookie years. I think rookie years you gotta take with somewhat of a grain of salt.
I agree.
Because then obviously you're a rookie, so no one has any tape on you. Nobody knows exactly how you play the game yet. So your second, third, fourth year, teams got a pretty good idea of what kind of player you are, and they've the NFL has obviously figured out C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree.
he hasn't been even remotely close to the same quarterback that we saw his rookie year.
I agree. Absolutely.
Which in my opinion, I think they should have benched him at halftime.
Ooh.
Because what do you really honestly answer this question? Going into halftime, if you were D'Amico Ryans, would you really think that him going back out there against the Patriots, that based on how he played in the first half, that he was going to be capable of bringing you back in that football game?
Do you want me to answer that as D'Amico Ryans or as Jesse?
Either one.
As D'Amico Ryans, he's saying no because D'Amico Ryans is a player's first coach, and he always wants his players to go out there and play their best. He wants him to overcome that and be like, hey, you think you're a good quarterback? Go out and show me that you're a great quarterback.
Do you think that helps him or hurts him?
And it probably hurts him because,
do you think that helps his confidence if you leave him out there, or that would make it worse rather than benching? Benching
I think it would hurt his confidence either. No, it hurt his confidence if you bench him, because then he would think that you
more
quit
than
on
keeping
him.
him out there.
Yeah, because it feels like you quit on him.
But at the same time, you can say about the defense.
No, there's context. Context would be in a game where you need to win this game to go on to the AFC Championship game. Would it have made sense to put in Drew Mills? Yeah, because you want to win the game. whether it's CJ Stroud or not. But as D'Amico Ryan's with the head coaching mind, it's like if I take him out, he's losing all his confidence and he's not going to be the same player. But also, mind you, he wasn't the same player to begin with. So it really depends on that perspective. I think as D'Amico Ryan's, he probably was going to keep him out on the field. As Jesse Shalalo, I probably would have benched him just to be like, hey, this is not on you. This is just because I want us to get to a point where we can win this game. And we can move on to next week. And then we will figure out what's going on with you from there and work with you and figure out a plan for the future. But we need this game to move on forward, and I think Mills can get us to that point. That's me. But
yeah, I don't know. I just think that D'Amico Ryan should have. He needed to put his. Like, I understand that's your guy. Like, he loves C.J. Stroud. I love C.J. Stroud as a person too.
We all do.
But
yeah,
like,
he's a great
at
person.
some point, you gotta realize that this, in that moment, it's not about your personal relationship with the quarterback. It's about, like, do you want to win the football game or not? Because obviously, going into halftime, Stroud was all over the place. His mind was fried. Like, he couldn't do anything right.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and Davis Mills, he went 4-1 this year for you as your starter when CJ was out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like Davis Mills is like he is incapable of playing good football.
Yeah, I think it's just unfortunate with how good this defense has been playing all year that it ends like this.
That's also an insult to like the defense. Like they're playing their butts off, and you're keeping this guy in who's turned the ball over every 2 possessions.
I agree.
And they got to go right back out there when they just got to stop.
Mm-hmm.
When they forced like 5 fumbles in this game too.
No, I hear you. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Off season's gonna be really interesting how they handle his 5th-year option if they do it. I think it'll be interesting. Tank Dell is on track to come back for OTAs this summer. So we'll see if that makes a change. And also him and Nico Collins being back, will that make a difference?
I think they miss Nico a lot.
And
though.
Joe Mixon as well. I think not having Joe Mixon out there was a really big factor in that as well.
I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think he is either. Nothing against Woody Marks. Woody Marks, if he develops more, he will be a good running back. We'll just have to see how it goes. For the Patriots are just on a tear right now. Drake May is playing as good as he has been in the regular season. And now they are going to Denver to take on the Broncos, which I think people can now say this is probably going to be one of their toughest teams to play so far in their scheduling this year. Some people would say the Texans, but that would be just defense-wise. Team as a whole, you would probably say the Broncos. Even without Bo Nix, Stidham should still be competent enough to be able to run the offense the way that it has been up until that point. So I don't really have nothing much against the Patriots. I think Drake May played a phenomenal football game. I think
minus the
fumble. I mean, what can you do?
He turned those turnovers that he got into points. So that's the difference.
Exactly. And I mean, I am going to apologize to Kayshon Boutte and Demario Douglas. Those guys are playing absolutely out of their minds.
I like Kayshon
From
Boutte.
what I've said about them in the past, especially like how good Drake May has made them. Like, that's just props. Also, that's just props to Nick Vrabel and how he's run this team and how he's made this team just a better team in general. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they play coming this weekend. But last game, Rams beat the Bears in OT.
Caleb, you ripped my heart out, man.
Brother had one of the craziest throws.
Oh my gosh, that was
insane. Crazier than the Packers throw.
That was nuts.
That was crazier, and that Packers throw was crazy,
bro. The fact that he went running
20 yards
backwards.
Back. Oh my god!
On 4th and 4, threw it off his back foot from the 40, all the way 6 yards into the end zone and scored a touchdown. Like, that's one of the craziest throws.
Oh, my gosh.
Especially when you put it into context that was their season on the line. That was their
season on the line,
Like, if he doesn't complete that, they lost.
Yeah.
So, that's why they call him Iceman.
My high-level thought I don't know if it's a high level thought, but it's something I've been stewing on my
it's
mind.
It's a high level thought.
Next 2-3 years, Bears will be in the Super Bowl.
I believe
this
that.
team is too good of a team. Ben Johnson has took this team. What were they last season? They were 5-12. Were they 5-12 last year? I'm pretty
Something
sure.
like that.
I'm pretty sure they were 5-12 last year, and then this year Ben Johnson comes in and they go 11-6.
Yeah.
And they go all to almost. They were on the precipice
This close.
of the NFC Championship game in 1 year.
If DJ Moore just runs the route,
Good night.
they're probably in this.
I'm just gonna double check and make sure. Yeah, 5-12. They were 5-12 last year.
Ah, man, it just sucks because I understand Caleb threw 3 picks. I understand that, but like, let's be honest, Stafford didn't really. He didn't do that.
I don't feel like the Rams do. The
much.
Rams do.
He didn't even throw a touchdown. Like, it was their run game and their defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Stafford didn't win them. I mean, he didn't lose them the game either.
Lose them the game either. No, absolutely.
But
not.
could you say Caleb lost them the game? Sure.
Sure.
Could you say that the Bears? Obviously, I believe this. I don't think the Bears are even close to being in this game without Caleb.
True. Very true.
Like their run game.
They had no run game.
Their run game was pretty decent.
Okay.
They had 160 yards, but
that was mostly on DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
And that guy was nowhere to be found in this game.
like it was. I think it was just like.
Mm-hmm.
It was
I just think with all the
turnovers
weapons,
that were in the worst possible time, and the one in overtime. If you don't say that's on DJ Moore, I don't know what to tell you.
I think it was miscommunication on both of them. I'm not gonna say it's DJ Moore's fault, but I'm also not gonna say it's not Caleb Williams' fault.
You could visibly see him pull up and not run after that ball. Caleb had to throw it to where he was trying to lead DJ Moore and where it was more of an anticipation throw because he had no other choice in that at that time.
Yeah.
But the Rams defensive back just made a great play and he broke on it first and got the pick.
Who caught that pick? Was that Kobe? No, it was Cameron Curl. It was Curl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So oh god.
But man, I love the Bears this year, man. They were so fun.
I will also say this. Bears fans were sad about this game, but they're excited for their future.
Oh, Caleb's going to get so much better.
But they're so excited about their future because if that's the worst that the Bears will look against
Ben Johnson
in year 1, come on now. What are we talking about? Now, on the Rams side, I agree with you on some points. I think Stafford didn't lose them the game, but it wasn't the reason that this game was won for them. I agree that Kyron Williams in the run game really, really was getting them moving. And also I think the defense had really stellar turnovers at the points of the game where they needed them to get them. So I still have reservations on the Rams just because, I mean, the game they played against the Panthers, they almost lost to the Panthers.
Yeah.
I mean, Matthew Stafford did have a good game, but it was still iffy. And then this game was also on the running game and the defense. So, like, it'll be interesting to see how they play against the Seahawks because, like we just talked about with them, they're really good. They have no issues on either side of the ball. So, if Stafford in the passing offense is not on the same page, like...
And they're playing their best football right now.
It could get worse before it gets better. That's all right.
It's going to be... I think these championship games are going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Even with Jared Stidham in the game,
you got to play.
You got the Patriots defense against the Broncos. Like, you got those two defenses. You got the Rams defense against the Seahawks defense.
Yeah.
You got probably the two best offenses in the NFC against each other. You got.
So we're gonna get like a really good offense against a really good defense in the Super Bowl. That's what you're saying.
Most likely.
That's most likely because like if it's like Seahawks Broncos.
I think we might see another Seahawks Patriots.
Great.
I'm just saying.
That's great.
I mean, do I think that the Broncos can pull it off?
Are we gonna get a
I think it's possible.
Are we gonna get a Who was that Patriot that got the interception?
Malcolm Butler.
Are we gonna get a Malcolm Butler?
No.
Again?
Nope. One because stylistically,
yeah, but here's
different.
the thing. But if it gets down to that,
and you don't have a Marshawn Lynch.
But like, hear me out. Kenneth Walker's really good. So like, if they get down to a goal line and they're like, are we going to run it with Kenneth Walker, or are they going to try and pass it to Cooper Kupp and it gets picked off?
I think they're going to...
People are going to be like deja vu all over
I think they would
again.
run it this time.
You better hope.
Because I think... Because their offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, he's a run-first guy.
No, I agree. Totally.
So, like, he gets down to there.
I was just saying it to be funny.
It would be hilarious.
It would be so funny.
The fact that they lose a Super Bowl again to the Patriots on the same exact play.
I would lose my mind.
That would be... I would be devastated for Seahawks fans, but at the same time, I would be laughing my butt off because it's like the fact that happened again
in the Super Bowl. Oh my goodness!
Like everything's the same. It's oh my gosh!
All right,
and it's the same score.
That'd be insane.
28-24.
It could happen.
And then there's a fight right after.
It could happen again.
This episode is presented to you by Dubby. Energized without the crash. Get clean, jitter-free energy with Dubby Energy. No sugar, no calories, no artificial dyes. Use code THETRIPLETHREAT, all caps, for a special deal at checkout. Power up with Dubby Energy today.
What's up? And then shout out Whole Strength. Wear your faith with purpose. At Whole Strength, we're more than just clothing. We're on a mission to spread the gospel through what we wear, through faith-driven design, building a community of believers, and representing your belief with pride. Use code TRIPLE10 for an exclusive discount. Join the movement and wear your strength in Christ with Whole Strength. All right, let's get into these championship weekend picks. Let's get into it.
All right, now it's time for championship weekend game picks.
So, Sunday, January 25th.
Sunday.
Here we go, baby. 3 o'clock, AFC Championship game. Patriots, Broncos in Mile High. Patriots are 5.5-point favorites.
Who are you picking?
I was thinking about this for a while. I think both of these teams are very good from where they have the circumstances that they have gone through to get to this point. But unfortunately, with Bo Nix not being the quarterback, that is a big factor for me. And I think Drake May has been playing better. So I'm taking the Patriots solely off of quarterback play.
You're taking the Patriots?
Yeah, solely off of quarterback play. Because I think Bo Nix not being in that game, Stidham will play conservative, but I don't think that'll get them over the hump to beat the Patriots.
Oh, dude, and the Patriots are undefeated on the road. Dude, I want to pick the Broncos so bad.
Because you believe, but you can't believe he's not there.
He's not there.
Can't believe he's not there.
Man. I'm going to have to go with the Patriots.
All right.
I know, like, I want to pick the Broncos so bad.
Yeah.
But in my gut, I just feel like the Patriots are going to be too much.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I think to me, I think they're on every other facet, they're at the same level. I just think when you look at the quarterback play,
it's going to come down to
Stidham versus May. Everyone knows you're picking May because Stidham's only had a couple starts.
Both teams have great defenses.
Yep.
It's going to come down to whose quarterback plays better, and if you're being realistic, anyone's going to pick Drake May.
Yeah, because Drake May's
he's literally an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
So
don't make us look dumb when we don't pick the Broncos, okay? Chill out.
I swear, if the Broncos end up winning this game, I'm going to be so mad.
Stidham gets into the Super Bowl, I'm going to lose it. Anyway, then last game, 6:30, NFC Championship game, Rams, Seahawks in Lumen Field in Seattle. Seattle are 2.5-point favorites. I'm going with the Seahawks. Seahawks have been playing great football up until this point. I still do not feel confident in the Rams. Nothing against Matthew Stafford. I think Matthew Stafford's had a great year. Definitely going to probably be an MVP at the end of the year for sure. But, I mean, the Seahawks defense is just a really good defense. And I truly, if the Rams somehow beat the Seahawks in this game, then they will have my attention. They might be Super Bowl favorites for me if they win this game. But to me, it's the Seahawks.
Yeah. I have to go with the Seahawks. I just think they're playing the best football they've played this year right now.
Yes.
Which is the most important time to be doing that. And I just think that they're at home. I think Mike McDonald is going to scheme up something for the Rams that's gonna be tough to beat, and which I don't think they're going to, because yes, Stafford's having an MVP year, but I just think that Sam Darnold, I just think that their weapons are gonna play slightly better, and I think that defenses might turn Matthew Stafford over once or twice, and then that's gonna be the difference in the football game.
Now here's my thing,
because I think Sam Darnold's gonna play a similar game that he played last week, because he's still nursing that oblique.
And that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's kind of like, I think the only reason people would probably pick the Rams is because of Stafford over Darnold, which makes sense because Stafford is the MVP candidate for a reason. He's been playing amazing up to this point. Darnold hasn't been playing that bad. It's just like a lot of people still don't feel very good about him after how he did last year with the Vikings. And that was some people would say is a better offensive table because of Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and all of them. You can have your argument about others.
No,
I'm just saying
I
for what
agree.
he had, a lot of people would like it to be a better offense than what he has here. But
I agree. Totality, I think the 1-2 in Minnesota is slightly better than the 1-2 in Seattle.
Yeah.
I just think their offensive
the Seahawks team is better. Seahawks team is better.
I just think the offensive scheme with Clint Kubiak is so good that he doesn't need a Justin Jefferson and an Addison as his 1-2. He can take a JSN who's
playing out of his mind regardless. Yeah, who's playing out of his mind regardless.
And a Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
As his 1-2 and be just fine with that run game.
But I think the only reason people are picking the Rams is because of Stafford, and for that, I don't blame you if you pick the Rams.
No, I don't.
I think it makes total sense because Stafford has been playing out of his mind up to this point. I think the only reason that I'm picking the Seahawks is not because of the quarterback play. I think the quarterback play is iffy as is.
I think it's the defense.
It's the defense that has me won over. I think this defense is a very underrated defense. I think from D-line to linebackers to secondary, all very sound.
Best defense besides the Texans.
Yeah, I think it really would just come down. I think this, just like the game we were just talking about with the AFC, it will come down to the quarterbacks. Who's going to have a better game, Stafford or Darnold? And whoever has a better game, that's the team that's going to win.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The Rams have just as good of a chance, or just up there with the Seahawks to win this football game because we have seen them go to Seattle and
done it.
Almost pretty much beat them, but it came down to Sam Darnold leading a game-winning drive.
Yeah.
But the Rams proved that they can go into Seattle and play them tough and possibly be in it to beat them.
Yeah.
So
I think what we're saying is this game's going to be interesting. This game is going to be...
It's going to be so
I'm probably going to be more excited about this game than the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Nothing against the Patriots-Broncos. I think it'll still be a good game regardless. But I think from what you're getting out of totality, both the Rams and Seahawks have great offenses, great defenses, and it's just overall going to be a better game.
I think this game is going to be by far the best out of the two.
I think you're going to see more views for this game than the 3 o'clock game. People are going to watch it still because it's football. We're going to watch it. But,
there's still two good teams.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. These championship games are great regardless.
If Bo Nix was playing, I think it'd be a lot more even.
It'd be a lot more even. Very much so.
But because it's Jared Stidham that's playing, I think that kind of knocks it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But still going to be a great game.
Yeah. All right. Any other news you want to talk about? I know there's some stuff that we can get into. I know we're running a little short on time, so we can talk about some stuff.
I mean...
Or we could just say one...
I can rattle off some.
I have one biggest news thing in my mind that I could talk right now, just really quick.
What?
It is the Brandon Ayuk Niners situation going on right now.
Oh, I don't know much more about it. That
John Lynch made a statement. I think it was this morning that he said Brandon Ayuk has probably played his last game as a Niner.
Oh yeah.
So I think it'll be interesting to see what Brandon Ayuk we're gonna get in free agency because
we haven't seen him play in
we haven't seen him play in a long time.
I don't know how long exactly.
It's been about
a year and a half,
maybe 2. It might be 2.
2 years.
Full strength has probably been 2.
Yeah, it's probably
so. 2. I think it'll be interesting, 1, to see what Brandon Ayuk we get post this injury, and 2, what teams are willing to take a chance on Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
I think if there's any teams out there that are heavy, they need a wide receiver I think
bad.
Brandon Ayuk would be a wide receiver 1. I think he'd be a wide receiver 1. Depending on the team.
Yeah.
Depending on the team, he'd probably be a wide receiver 1. So it'll be interesting to see how much people are willing to give up or what they'll be willing to trade to get Brandon Ayuk and what compensation would the 49ers get for Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
so-
tough for the Niners to get what they could have gotten
Post that
prior
ACL.
to this season.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
totally agree.
now you're going on, we assume 2 years of not playing a snap.
I'm going to double check that and make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 2
And
years.
then, like, I don't know. I just don't know what they could get. I don't think it's going to be what some people might think. Just because it's Brandon Ayuk doesn't
True.
mean that you're going to get a second round pick or something.
True, very true.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, if someone hasn't played for 2 years and he is the talent that Brandon Ayuk is, you're not going to get the same compensation.
So
Like,
are we saying
that's just how it works.
Are we doing 17 games that he plays a full season or 16?
whatever he played, like, majority?
Okay, his last full season was 2023.
Yeah, so it's been 2 years.
So 2024, it was 7 games before the injury happened. So his full
Okay,
his,
so he's
his
been out a
full
year and a
season
half.
has been 2023. Yeah.
Okay, so he hasn't played in a year and a half.
So
So you might get like a 4th, 5th.
maybe that's being very generous.
I think a 5th is reasonable. Because, like,
yeah.
I understand it's the talent of Brandon Ayuk,
Mhm.
but also you went through all the contract stuff. You had all the drama with him off the field.
Mhm.
He had another injury. Like, I think, was it the same injury or another injury?
I think it was a different injury, but I want to check and make sure.
But anyway, like, you have all that off-field stuff along with the injury.
Mhm.
Like, it's just not. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
the compensation is going to keep going down the longer he doesn't play. It's just the nature of
Yeah, I think
the NFL.
I also think that I think my team has definitely been on that train of like trying to get Brandon Ayuk, which I don't know how we'd do that, but it'd be interesting how that plans out. So it was a torn ACL and MCL in week 7 of 2024.
Okay, yeah. So, no. Yeah, the
Yeah.
prior thing was like his contract,
Yes.
and he was going to sit out.
Yep. And then he
And
got
then
the
he
contract.
and then he tore his
and then
ACL.
he tore his ACL in that season.
Yeah.
And then we haven't seen him since then. So
I don't know. It's whatever team was willing to deal with that stuff.
It's very unfortunate because what we saw out of Brandon
And the money.
Ayuk from that 2023 season,
That was like his
That was-
all-pro.
that was a really great season for him. We were like talking about him like he was like gonna be a top 10 wide receiver in football. So I think it'll be
He was an all-pro that year,
I know.
so.
So we'll have to see how that's gonna pan out going into the offseason and what that will look like for the Niners and Brandon Ayuk for what compensation they get either way. So I think that'll be an interesting topic to talk about in the offseason, which we're getting close to that. So that's going to be fun to talk about. And then also another thing that came up that we haven't talked about yet was in the wake of the Bills' loss to the Broncos, they fired
yeah.
Sean McDermott.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? Because that kind of shocked me.
I was shocked and not.
Oh, interesting. Talk to me
Like,
about it.
I don't know. Like, I wasn't as shocked as maybe some people. I was still shocked. But it's like, I get that he's had all the success in the world in Buffalo. They've been to multiple AFC title games. He's been one of the winningest coaches the last 9 years, and they've been very close to getting over the hump.
But
He's been a very good coach.
but
I don't know. I just think it's like when you have a guy like Josh Allen and you've had teams like you've had in Buffalo, I just think it's like I think when you have quarterbacks like that, you have less patience.
yeah,
When at a certain point. Like once you get like to the success that McDermott has had in Buffalo, I think when you consistently are just going back to the same exact spot and losing in the same exact spots, that's gonna weigh on a owner, a GM, and be like, hey, I understand we've been one of the best teams. I understand we have Josh Allen. I understand you as a coach have been winning football games and consistently in it and right there on the edge of the Super Bowl. but we haven't gotten it done. It's the same way with John Harbaugh, but it's like in half of that time. Like he coached in Buffalo half the time that John was in Baltimore. But the reason is different with John is because he had won a Super Bowl. Yes, he didn't with Lamar, but he had that under his belt.
But he had playoff success.
He had an AFC title game appearance.
I agree.
He's been in divisional games consistently as well. It's just, I don't know. I just think it's also the history of Buffalo. Like, it's just unfortunate, but that's their history. Like, they went 4 straight Super Bowls, lost them all. Been to 4 title games, lost them all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just,
I think
that's the main reason.
I am shocked. I was shocked because
I don't think it was necessarily the right move.
I don't know if I expected them to just be like, after the wake of the loss, that they just fire him straight up. I think they just did that because they want to get a new person in the room to have a change in Buffalo, which in some people's eyes makes sense, but also
he also had blown.
I also feel
a lot
like
of chances.
I feel like Sean McDermott's gonna get whatever coaching job he wants because I feel like he's still a good coach.
Oh yeah.
So whatever there are gonna be teams like eyeing for the chance to get Sean McDermott, and there's also gonna be coaches out there eyeing for the Bills job because that's an enticing job. Because now you'll get to work with Josh Allen and you get to go work with that defense and get to make that team a team that can get to a Super Bowl if you get the right pieces around Josh.
Yeah.
So that's now changed the coaching carousel game because now that's gonna.
It's not just Baltimore now.
Now it's Baltimore and Buffalo. So it's like
you got Pittsburgh, which is I think is slightly
less
than Buffalo and Buffalo and Baltimore, but it's right up there.
True.
Before it was Baltimore, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was.
Now it's probably Baltimore, Buffalo, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, whatever.
Whatever you want to say. Yeah.
Whichever quarterback you like more.
True. Very true. So I think that'll be interesting to see how that pans out. And then also your former coach is now a Giants head coach.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
The Giants wanted him really bad. I think he fits what they need. I think they need a culture, which he's great at doing. And I think he is a good leader of men and that they need a spark. And I think this re-energized him to be like, hey, I get to put my serious impact on this franchise and turn them around. And it's just, I think it's an exciting time for them. And I'm happy for Giant fans and for him. I think it's a good fit.
No, I agree. I think getting him definitely will change. It'll be a culture shift in New York for sure. Especially now knowing how good the rookies that you got from this last year's draft, knowing that now they all have a piece in this team, and now having Jabbar in there being a how would you call it?
Well, he's known as a CEO coach.
Yeah. So
a leader of men.
Yeah,
CEO,
leader of men. That's what I was thinking of. So he's gonna lead those guys well. I'm very high on the Giants this year. I think when you look at this Giants
team, they got the 4th overall pick.
Exactly. They could get so many pieces in the offseason, and in the draft, in free agency, and the pieces they already have.
Got a lot of cap space.
I truly don't think and I think this might be a hot take for some Eagles fans. NFC East is wide open. I truly believe the NFC East is wide open.
I think it's still the Eagles, but I think the Giants are going to make it more competitive than it was.
I think the Giants Commanders make it more interesting. Because if they do really good in the
offseason, the Cowboys are going to make it competitive too. I know we all don't like the Cowboys.
But they make it interesting every year. I don't disagree. So I think when you look at it from that perspective, I think the Cowboys do really good in the offseason. They could be a team that could be contending for the division. If the Commanders do really good in the offseason and get more pieces for Jaden Daniels and he stays healthy, they're going to be effective in the division.
Yeah.
The Giants, with all the pieces they have now with Jackson Dart, Cam Scatteraboo, Malik Neighbors, that defense with Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, if they keep them. The secondary still has to be worked on, but like I said, they have the offseason to figure that out. And then since they have the 4th overall pick, they could go get Caleb Downs as their new safety. So, I mean, like I said, anything's possible.
Reese as a linebacker.
So, they could do so much with that team. And now that you have John Harbaugh, they definitely could. I'm not going to. I made the case this year that they were going to be a playoff team, and that did not pan out as well as I thought. But that was only because I was very high on Jackson Dart. Now,
I like Jackson Dart a lot.
I think next year,
Just protect
I
yourself.
think they're fighting for a spot. And I think
it's
there-
possible
there
that they
is- there
compete
is
for a
a world
wild
where that's
card.
possible. There's a world where that's possible.
Yeah, I don't disagree necessarily that I think they can compete for a wild card.
I just think now having that
I think it's
new
gonna be
coach-
tough to win the division.
I agree.
Like that.
I agree.
But they make it way more
I just
competitive.
Think, I just
this
really
year.
do believe the NFC East is wide open. I just don't think we're going to have a repeat this year again. Because I think all 4 teams, if they do really good in the offseason, they'll. And I'm not going to say it's the new NFC North, but I think they'll be
possibility.
They'll be very good teams this year.
I'm just not ready to say it's not the Eagles' division. I think I'll agree with you that it's going to be
I didn't say it was not the Eagles' division.
No,
I said the NFC East is wide open.
Okay, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that it's wide open.
Okay, that's fine.
But I think that the Giants will make it a lot more of a competitive division.
Okay.
Than it was in 2025.
Okay.
But I do agree that the Giants are going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, if they get 8 wins, they might build them a statue.
Who knows?
I heard that someone say that, but
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
Hey, there's new hope. There's new hope in New York now. So, at least Giants wise, Jets, you're still kind of stuck in that bungalow, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
What was I going to say? Oh my gosh, I was going to say something.
You weren't gonna say anything, but it's fine.
Man.
You weren't gonna say anything, but it's fine.
No, I was going to say something. Now I can't remember, and it's going to make me mad.
Then just think about it. Think about it while I pull up a verse.
What was it? I literally had it before we started talking about that.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Oh my gosh, I can't remember.
How could you forget? How dare you?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember. This is annoying. Oh, well, we got Mike McDaniels, OC in LA.
Yes.
Apparently, Brian Flores might be going back to Minnesota unless he gets a head coaching offer. Because he just signed an extension, but they said that if he gets a head coaching job, he might go there. What else happened? Salah's in Tennessee. Halfley's in... Where did he go?
Halfley is a Miami Dolphin head coach.
Yes.
And Stefanski's the Falcons head coach.
Yep.
So the coaching carousel is getting very smaller. There's only a few teams. How many teams left that need coaches? The Raiders still need a head coach. Browns need a head
Ravens,
coach.
Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Raiders,
Cardinals. Packers are good because they kept Matt LaFleur. Tampa Bay? No, they still have Todd Bowles, which is dumb.
I think that's it.
Yeah. I don't know teams yet, so that'd be interesting. But a lot of the teams still need like head OCs and DCs, so it's really not over.
And a lot of some of the teams are like the Ravens, at least I know, are waiting for
the Seahawks to be done, the Rams to be done, the Broncos.
Like a lot of their guys that they want to I think that they want to interview a second time.
Yeah, they're still playing football.
Are like Davis Webb, Vance Joseph, Nathan Shieldhaas, Chris Shula,
Jesse Mitchell,
Clint Kubiak.
Clint Kubiak.
Like they're all still playing, and they can't interview him this week.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes moving forward.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be Minter or Kubiak for the Ravens. I think that's their 2 guys that they like.
Oh, yeah, because you can't get Brian Flores anymore.
They can,
potentially.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
All right, let's get to our Bible verse. We're running short on time.
Now it's time for Bible verse of the episode.
All right. Bible verse of the episode is John 16:33. I don't know if we read this one yet, but we're just going to go with it today because it's a good verse.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
I don't remember.
John 16:33, which says, I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world.
Sorry.
I'm good. You want me to read one more time?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go. You can give your thoughts, too.
I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. So,
too far.
I'm going to say a story before I get to my part of my verse.
Okay.
So, one great thing about, not really a great thing, but there's just interesting things when you just start scrolling on your Instagram reels on Instagram. And recently my Insta reels have just been mostly about politics. Which is so fun to have on my Insta reels, you know what I'm saying?
My TikTok.
So,
oh my gosh. I can't get it. I can't get it off.
Yeah.
It's like it won't.
Not
come
that
off.
we don't like talking about politics, but like it's a time and a place for it. And as
something
as Christians,
avoid.
it's very hard for us to talk about it
Sometimes.
because a lot of people have their thoughts on it, and if we don't follow their thoughts on it, we will get ridiculed about it in some ways, and also like people look at us differently. And even though in the Bible it says that like we will have, like literally the verse says we will have tribulation, so we know that no one will like us in this world. We're not here to be liked. We're here to follow God and follow his rules. But anyway, I saw a clip of a church, I think it was in Minneapolis.
Oh, the one that got the protests.
Yeah,
that
there's
they, like, barged into?
a couple of protesters who were protesting ICE thought they were ICE agent in the church, and so they were protesting while they were worshiping God in the service.
that was nuts. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I
That's what we're doing.
And I saw the video. I went and I thought that the Instagram Reels, because sometimes Instagram Reels could be AI and stuff. So I went on YouTube to see if it was an actual clip, and it was an actual clip.
Yeah.
So I got the full clip, and then I watched the pastor say something to Don Lemon, who used to be, I think he was the CNN
Yeah.
host or something like that.
He was a host on something. But.
Yeah. And then he was there with them, and he was interviewing the pastor, and the pastor was saying it's a disgrace that people are doing this while we are worshiping God, or worshiping in our place.
It's supposed to be a place of like security.
Yeah.
Like where.
But I mean, if you've seen the news in the past few years, the church has been under slack and has been shot up, has been put to fire and all those things because of how people believe certain things. And
It's under siege.
Yeah. And so it just makes me think about, I say this story to say that a lot of things in this world like make me scared to say I'm a Christian in my bio, or to say that I believe in God, or even to like want to profess Jesus to the people around me, because a lot of people pair Christianity with conservative values, which sometimes they do collide. I don't say that I agree with all conservative values, but they do collide with what we believe biblically.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and say that all of it is wrong.
I'd say a majority.
Yeah, majority
but
of it.
not all.
Yeah. So there is a world where talking about Christianity fuses you in with conservative people, and then you get fused in with the ICE stuff, and then it just turned into a whole thing. I'm not going to state my case on that because that's not what this podcast is for, and I don't think people want to know my stance on that at this time. But this just brings up the point that the verse says, in this world you will have tribulation. In this world, we were never supposed to be, like there's a verse earlier in the chapter that says we're supposed to be in the world, not of the world. So we know that we're going to be living in the culture and living in this time where bad things will happen. And because we live in a sinful world, bad things will happen. We can't control that. We can't stop it. We know those things will happen. And so we know that people are going to ridicule us, be mean to us, say bad stuff behind our back, talk about God a certain way, and all those things. But we know that God has already overcome the world because he's already defeated Satan. And we know that because he rose from the dead when he died on the cross for us. Him rising on the dead basically defeated death to us, so that now that we believe in Jesus Christ, instead of us being condemned to death, we are now going to be risen up and going to heaven with Jesus forevermore. So we know that this world is tribulation. We know that bad things will happen. We know these things, but we know that God already overcomes. So it's just a verse to encourage us Christians to keep fighting the good fight, even in moments where stuff like this happens. And sometimes you get scared that ICE protesters will show up to the church and just start bashing you, saying things about you, saying false accusations just because you go to church and things like that. But like I said, at the end of the day, we were never supposed to be liked in this world. We were supposed to be of Christ, and Christ wasn't liked in the world. Christ was literally put on a cross because people didn't like him.
Yeah.
So we know that, and we're not going to get to that extent, but we know that not a lot of people like Jesus, so we know that people won't like us. But because Jesus already overcame the world, because he died on the cross for us, we have that peace in our minds to know that Christ has overcome the world. So truly, like, none of this stuff really matters in the grand scheme of things. So that's my little piece on that. If you want to bring your thoughts into it.
I pretty much agree. I think it's just like in today's world, it can be very scary. At least, like, personally, I do.
Oh, I'm scared. Yeah, I'm scared.
I do have some fear of, like, people, like, maybe, like some people knowing that I am a Christian and that I believe in God and, like, all the stuff that comes with that when it comes to politics and, like, all the stuff you were talking about. And, like, I think it's something that it's tough to put the fear aside, but I think we are called to do. We're called to do that, and to put move the kingdom of God forward and do everything that we are called to do and everything that we can to further it. And yeah, it's gonna be tough. It was never gonna be easy. There's always, like, we're gonna go through trials and tribulations, and we're gonna have to do some tough things and be in some tough situations
and hurt some people's feelings
along the way. But if that's what God calls us to do and that's what we're supposed to do, then that's what we have to do. And it's like, it's not gonna be easy. I'm not saying, like, I'm gonna go out there and be like, oh, this is so easy, like, I'm gonna do this no problem. Like, I'm gonna, like, that's gonna be very hard for me to have, like, or say certain things or stand up in certain situations or do the things that I'm supposed to do when they're hard. Like, it's gonna be very difficult for me to do some of those things.
Yeah. But
at the end of the day, we have to do that. And yeah, I mean, he gives us the peace and the strength to do those things.
Yeah.
And
that's
you gotta
why,
always remember that.
Yeah, and that's why
pray about it.
I pray every morning that God will help me have the courage to talk about the Bible in whatever, like, conversation I'm in, because that's literally the Great Commission is to, how does it go in the Great Commission? It's, I believe it goes, I'm trying to remember it, but I can't remember it. I know it. It's in my head. Go and make disciples of all nations. That's where I'm going. So it says we're supposed to do the Great Commission, which is to go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. So we're supposed to be evangelizing, bringing new believers, discipling them, and teaching them these things, because that's what God calls us to do. So anything else before we call it a night, Jake? All right.
I got nothing.
So before we call it a night, guys, leave your comments down below for any conversation you guys want to have with us, and also let us know your picks for championship weekend. Who you think's gonna win against the Broncos, Patriots, or Seattle and the Rams. And also check out our previous videos for NFL content and more. We're happy with all the videos we have before, all the videos that we have done, and we're excited about all the new stuff we're going to be doing for the new year and for this off season.
All the upgrades. We're gonna some upgrades.
We are hoping. I'm not gonna say this right now. We're gonna hope that next video we will be in the new studio. We are hoping we will be in the next studio. So we will not. This will be our last time recording in Jake's apartment. Not that we don't love Jake's apartment.
I don't want to. I'd rather record there.
Yeah. So
I agree.
We're excited for that new step in this process for the podcast, and also any new changes that will be coming with that, and all the off-season stuff. Because I mean, off-season is where we get to do a lot of
some
brackets,
mock draft
a lot
stuff.
of games, a lot of mock drafts, more guests, and all those things. So we're excited
New coaches when they get hired, mock
Exactly.
drafts,
all those things. So we're excited
free
to talk about it.
agency.
Free agency, yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a good time. All right. Here's with the
outro. Got it.
Let's try that again. Here's with the outro. Brother.
That's gonna wrap up this video of the Triple Threat Podcast. Make sure you go check out our channel. We appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. Please smash it, and the notification bell so you know when all of our videos drop.
Yep.
We will see you guys next video. God bless y'all. Peace.